review, comment, opinion, etc., etc. If you haven't seen me before, please feel free to watch, take in, comment on the video, and like and subscribe if you like it. So yes, it's the not Mugello, that was last week. It's a quick turnaround this time. It is Catalunya GP. What a race! Absolutely fantastic. Loads of talking points to go through, and we will do so. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. Please, if you haven't seen the race, then please stop now. Come back when you have. Yeah, so you don't miss out on the surprise. It was a really good race, and I wouldn't want to kind of ruin it. So yeah, please feel free to come off the stream and come back later to listen. Just going to set up the stream now.
Get yourself to proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. All right, that's enough mucking about. Now we do this for real. Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. All right, lads, let's get it done.
was thinking it was going to be a bit of a walk in the park to arrive. If you've watched motorsport, especially bike racing, MotoGP, as long as I have,
Losing ground.
And I have. I was absolutely convinced, like, I was hearing things like the wrong side. So I was looking the wrong way. Good thing I hadn't seen anybody. Otherwise that could have been slightly embarrassing. You know, you've watched it for as long as I have. You just know it's a lot of the time not as easy as what everyone thinks, and you know, everybody would have said it with a bit of a pinch of salt, to be honest. But what a race! Catalunya, the Yamaha. Right, got to be a bit careful now. The front and rear start devices on the Yamaha are working incredibly well. Getting off the line really quickly. Nice stack of money down there.
Overhead.
That worries me slightly. Well, my position's exposed now with the UAV. Can't hear anything though. Oh yeah, they're able to get off the line.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Still have no idea where this guy is. Fair play to him, that was a long rotation. What's into that? Oh no. The gas, the gas. I'm not going to make this. 52 seconds to run. Not a chance. Might have to use the dead silence here. In fact, I'm staying ahead of it actually. Could use the dead silence if needed. But yeah, the front, the start devices that the Yamahas have got are obviously working. I mean, he got off really well. Really, really well.
Loadout drop headed your way.
It's not...
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
what we've got here. We've got an MP5. That is not a good. No.
Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
Oh, that's a good shot. Nice move. Oh, good shot. Can't say anything about that. Not a bad start, to be fair. But yeah, it got off the line really well, and you kind of thought, Jack Miller did a really good job again. Really good off the line.
Sort them out or capture the objective.
I was lucky. Walked in front of his front. Jack Miller did really well to get round in front of him really well. That is gone. And you kind of thought, well, actually, there's, potentially a race here.
Scavenger contract located.
And Oliveira got off the start really well. Mir did an absolutely fantastic job from, I think it was 10th. Absolutely fantastic job to get up to sort of fourth pretty much straight away.
An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert.
Absolutely brilliant. And then, how do you get in here? Get in, sick, thank you.
Supply box identified. Marking location now. Enemy UAV overhead.
There's going to be some kind of weapon. Ooh. Thank you very much.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Wow.
The enemy took that one. Finish the job.
Didn't have a chance there. So yeah, it was a really good start. I guess then Catalunya just, got a bit beaten up really. Got passed by Oliveira. I think he got. He didn't get past by me. I think he went for Miller, didn't he? Round, I think it was turn 6, which was a really strange corner. You don't really see many people kind of overtake there because there's one line in there, and because of the short sort of sprint from turn 5, doesn't really give you a huge amount of time to get your bike kind of near it. And he obviously did a bit of a lunge, went a bit hot in there, and ran a bit wide. But then the trouble with that is that it really does then compromise the next 2 corners really onto the sort of back straight. And I think he kind of knew he was a bit compromised, so therefore he tried to just take a little bit, and he just went on the inside of the corner, which then just slowed him down a little bit, and he got overtaken by a number of riders then. And I think by the end of about sort of lap 3, he was down to 6, and all I said while watching was just like, calm down, Fabio, calm down, you've got the speed,
check your gear and weapons.
just calm down, come back. And he absolutely did. And yeah, it then went slightly wrong really from that point on, from his point of view, which was a shame. But Oliveira, once he got kind of ahead, you did think that, wait a minute, could he make a break here? And then Catalunya came back and he took over Oliveira after kind of being behind him for a couple of laps, that's all. And you thought, okay, Fabio's going to properly push on now. And then, no, it wasn't. And, Oliveira was able to kind of then repass him after a couple of laps, which was really surprising. But Oliveira, really clever, was conserving his tyres from early on didn't try and make a break from it because I think he knew that he'd use up his tyres, but also that Quartararo would have that pace as well, and more. And so he took a really good strategic kind of view of the race. And
Battle Royale.
what a guy! There's going to be a lot of teams that are wanting to pick up his signature, certainly. So yeah, it was a fantastic win for him, and you know what a great sort of
Landing zone marked. Get ready.
character, the sort of person that he is. The very clever, very academic. I think today I heard that he was a trained dentist. So yeah, you know that's exactly the sort of person that you want to be winning in MotoGP, and as a role model. He's brilliant rider, very exciting to watch, but cool, calm, collected. Kind of like Jorge Lorenzo from that point of view.
Your primary objective is to kill them all.
Don't like the M60 at all, but hopefully we'll get something here. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Take that. Sometimes you come to train, even better. Now I'll level with you. I don't actually like the XM4, the ground loop ones anyway. I haven't really tried the XM4 as a sort of SMG setup, but a lot of people say that it's really good. Oh, I can't hear anyone. Use some train to have a dead silence. Oh, picking up everything here. I'll say where's the bullfrog, yeah. Bullfrog's always good to have. I think I'm free here, to be fair. So yeah, and then in second place was Zarco, and if you sort of follow me, or want to sort of follow me on Twitter, pick that up, thank you. I actually predicted Quartararo. Perfect. I can confirm we have no one here. Unless there's someone behind me. Don't mind picking that up now, because I know I'm not gonna. I'll use a heartbeat for till I get. Well, to be fair, it's on my first loadout as well, so that pretty much sorts me out for that. So Quartararo, I had Oliveira second and Miller third. That's what kind of I sort of went for. Okay, right, let's head across here and pick up a loadout.
Losing ground.
So yeah, Zarco was the only one that was actually on the podium that I didn't have, which, you know, some people might say, well, you're silly to discount him. I don't think I kind of discounted him. He was struggling for pace, especially on his own. Okay. I'm surprised there's no one here. That train. Suppose it was. Oh, really? Have I lagged out? What's going on? Oh,
Friendly loadout
couldn't
drop on
go
the
over
way.
it. Right. Right. Got all load out there. So yeah, Zark, he just was struggling for 1 lap pace, which I kind of thought, well, you know, he's not gonna be able to kind of stay with Catalunya. I thought Miguel Oliveira would be pretty strong, and I thought, well, he's not going to be able to stay with him. And yeah, completely wrong. I mean, you know, he wasn't really at the forefront. He was obviously very close to the lead group at all times, but it was, you know, you didn't think that he had it, and then he just, yeah, was able to keep that pace for longer than the other guys, which was really, again, really impressive. Probably something. Whoa. Hard to see through them windows.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Dead science is useless if he's got a UAV up. Where the hell has he gone?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Wow.
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
I'm assuming he had a loadout then. Said on third party this.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
I'm assuming that guy's Ghost then. Wow, that's poor shooting. Okay, got 1 kill on the board. There's another guy there. Sure source.
keep running to me. Keep running to me. Oh, has got a dead silence anywhere? No. Okay, well, that was exciting. So yeah, fantastic. And yeah, at the end, it looked like Zarko would have the ability to kind of go past Oliveira towards the end. I mean, he did a cracking job to keep his tyres.
There's a jailbreak at the Gulag.
Eyes on enemy.
Gotta watch the gas now as well.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'll try and get ahead of this guy. Could be a bit dodgy.
Heads up. Combatants are redeploying to the AO.
Jeez Louise, I need to get some UAVs up or something. Jeez, I've got shed loads of money.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I do love the fact that these windows are here now. Not really helping me though here. Before you'd have to kind of go up to the top and you'd be slightly exposed. Can't see anything, which is... Ooh, God, he's got a sniper.
Make for target, look. Mark target for strike.
Tracker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound. Shots missed.
What's that thing? Get him.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Okay, going there. Okay, we're going to take car.
I take the wheel.
Well, we can. Good old truck. So yeah, so Zarko was a brilliant. I thought he kind of played it really well. Must have been looking after his tyres. Was quite quiet, and then at the end just exploded into life. And, had a few battles, obviously. Let's look at stadium a little bit. It's nice and central. Anybody? No? Can't hear anyone, but I can hear someone who's seen me sniping.
You're losing ground.
Who's over here? Oh, I've got a drop down here. definitely people around, but I can't see them.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Ooh. Move around here. Don't really know where I'm going here, to be fair. And obviously third being Jack Miller, who was vaulted up.
Gas
Because
is
of
inbound.
Catalaro's
Marking new
issues.
safe zone.
Again, just getting decent points when he can. And that
Be advised, there's an enemy team hunting you.
is a sign of a really good rider, really mature rider, and one that could potentially... Oh, sugar. This is my bounty. I think. Nope. Still someone sniping at me.
You've got gas moving in.
Here's my bounty. No.
Tagging enemy vehicle.
Yeah, a really mature race. It was interesting. He was talking.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Could do with using some of this money.
We need recon here. Marking waypoint.
UAV entering the AO.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fighting's done. The area's cleared out. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Enemy UAV overhead.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Hmm.
The enemy lost track of you. You're safe.
Keep it together, soldier.
Gas is moving. Enemy UAV overhead. Nine targets remain standing.
That's
Sort
good.
them out.
It's definitely a good thing to come to stadium. Oh, hello,
Gas is
Darkos.
closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Nice to see you. I am trying to talk about MotoGP, but what do you mean you spectated me? Oh, did I kill you? Sorry.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Has to be done now, I'm afraid. Where's this guy? He's gone. But yeah, no, thanks for coming in and spectating, Darkos. I'm a MotoGP fan, and that's what I tend to talk about. I'm not a particularly great player, to be fair.
Gas is closing in.
But that's... oh, this rotation's rubbish. Oh, we've got some... oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Got 6 players left.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the
Kind of
safe zone.
exposed here.
4 targets remaining. Good work. You're losing ground.
Not sure where anybody else is. Not particularly good shots then, but got 3. Safe here for now. Right, where's it going to pull?
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. You're losing ground.
No time to sleep on the job. Recon's inbound.
UAV entering the AO.
They didn't stand a chance. Good work.
Oh. Got a gas win. Excellent. Another win on stream. I'll just let this play out. Where's darkness? Where's darkness? Where's darkness? I didn't see you, darkness. Where's darkness? Darkness. Darkness. No, I can't see you. Well, there you are. A win on stream. GG's. Obviously wasn't very happy. So yes, going back to MotoGP. I think Miller is really kind of coming into his own. He's riding to his limitations. He's making sure he's not going over that limit, and he's bringing back points pretty well. If he hadn't have had the sort of poor start to the season with him coming off at Portimao and at Qatar, then not coming off at Qatar, but not having the probably the races that he thought he was going to have, he'd have done well. And yeah, he does look like a championship contender, definitely. I think what he needs to do is he needs a little bit more speed. I mean, if Quartararo is going to dominate like he has this weekend, and obviously something's happened and we don't really know exactly what happened. It looked like his airbag went off and created an issue. Miller needs to be kind of there or thereabouts with him. But again, another fantastic sort of podium for him, and he's got to be really confident that he can keep going. And then I got the best of the rest, really. So Mir fourth, when he came through to fourth and 10th on the grid, you thought, my goodness, he's had the speed all weekend. This is going to be it. Sadly, wasn't to be. I think it was more tyres, and he was the only one of the top guys, I think, that took the medium. Now, it didn't really look like an issue on the grid, because Suzuki's do tend to look after their tyres well, but there was a lot of dicing, and probably more than we were expecting, to be honest. So he did, he just lost the tyre, and I think he did actually well to get to fifth, and then obviously was put up by Quartararo's penalty. And if you haven't heard, so Quartararo's leathers, he had unzipped, he took his chest protector off and threw it down the road, and there is a specific regulation saying that chest protector needs to be worn and leathers need to be worn as expected, not open at all times, and therefore he got another 3-second penalty on top of the one he got for his shortcut, and therefore he got moved down to 6th. I think personally very lucky, to be honest, with Quartararo. Vinales finished 5th. Solid points, pretty unspectacular, kind of what you get from Vinales, really, to be quite honest. I don't really like this XM4, but we're going to have to use it as long as we're around. And then Quartararo 6th, who had basically a 6-second penalty. 3 seconds for making a mistake and turn 1. You might call it turn 2, to be fair. Where he went wide, couldn't make the turn
An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert.
Brilliant. To be fair, I've got an L210 though, so from that point of view, and I've got a dead silence, so bring it on, as they say. Hello. Looks very nice running down here. He might jump through there. Definitely somebody around. That is in there. Yeah, and you know the regulations are there to protect riders. I don't. Expect him to come around here. No. He's not far away. Can't wait. Bullfrog, take that.
Gas is moving.
It's like a loadout weapon, this bullfrog. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I know. You know, I was saying that. Right, I've got loads of money. Oh, wow. That was impressive. Fair play. Yeah, I was ready to call a hacker then, but that was not hacking at all. Yeah, I was saying, you know, you should be black flagged. You know, if you've got your leathers open like that, they're not going to work as expected. He could have turned on his belly and ripped a lot of his belly. I mean, you know, you see stuff on Facebook and things of people not wearing the normal protective clothing on the road, and that's bad enough, let alone at 200 miles an hour.
If you lose, you're done here.
Right, I think he's going up there.
You're up, soldier. Now go sort this fucker out.
Oh.
Looking a little worse for wear. You're heading back to base. Learn from the loss. Failure's
Oh,
a
he
proper
saw me.
teacher.
He saw me. That was a shame. That was a shame. That's not very good. Not very good after winning game. But yeah, I was calling for it to be him to be black flagged because of it. Just from a safety point of view, you can see his point of view. He could have, adrenaline would have been pumping through his veins. He wasn't going to stop. It didn't matter if he was in his underpants. He wasn't going to stop. And it needs to be taken out the rider's sort of decision, basically. So yeah, I was very surprised that he only got a 3-second penalty. It'd have been harsh, but potentially, you know, he should have been disqualified. To put a marker down that you don't do that. But you know, 3 seconds. Maybe they thought because it was towards the end of the race, you can still fall off at any point, but I don't know. They know the stewards and the race direction know a huge amount more than me. So you've got to sort of take their word and their view and their viewpoint. So fair enough. But I personally think he was very lucky just to lose 3 points. Because effectively, moving down 2 positions, he's lost 3 points in the World Championship. So very lucky. Bagnaia got 7th, Binder 8th. They'll both be disappointed. The teammates were better. Throughout really the whole weekend as well. So they'll have to go back to the drawing board and have a look. Bagnaia, he's a cracking player. So it's not a worry from his point of view. He will come back. It was maybe just an off day. And I think I've got a feeling he might not have done the Catalunya round last year, so it might have been his first sort of his debut down. So if that's the case, then he's just got to try and pick it up a little bit. But to 7th, he's not going to win the championships. Morbidelli got 9th. 2019 spec, the Yamaha's struggling in races, obviously top speed deficit, etc. And Bastianini got 10th. Side race, didn't really see much of him. And then there was a few crashes, so Marquez and Pole. I'm going to go into the Honda next.
Gas is closing on your position.
Yes, they were
you get moving.
quite poor. Losing the front. It's
enemy dropping into the AO.
The reason I think it's quite clear that bike is really poor, and the riders are having to make a time where it's strong, which is on the brakes. It's no surprise.
You're clear to engage all targets.
I thought it jumped down. That's what you get when you don't get a gun off the rip. And they're trying to make good time. Obviously Marquez not at his full fitness level, so he's struggling, and he's still not looking like the old Marquez. To be fair, he was quite aggressive today. He was kind of riding quick, and he'd got up a number of places. So maybe that was the old Marquez. But he's obviously still struggling for a little bit of feel, and that bike is obviously a nightmare for all the Honda riders. They're not getting on with it at all.
You're up next, mate. Get ready.
Rossi obviously crashed, and I thought it was going to be a really good weekend for him. FP4, he was 7th. He thought, potentially this is really good. Oh, not the 1910.
Time to earn your freedom, soldier. Stand by for redeployment.
Actually did alright there. But it wasn't to be. Found down the order pretty quickly from his starting position. And ended up
marking waypoint.
Might go there,
Make for target location.
Yeah, we'll go there because there's no buy. And then we'll work our way through airport to the buy. But yeah, really, disappointing. You kind of had a few green shoots of potentially it's looking a bit better. But yeah, it wasn't to be for him. He just looks devoid of confidence. He didn't really look disappointed that he chucked it down the road when he did. So I personally think he's made up his mind. There are a few rumours going around that that's exactly what he has done, and that it would be to retire. I do hope that potentially he has the opportunity to do some wildcard races. I think that would be really good. You know, if Yamaha or Ducati or whoever can provide a bike on a few weekends. You know, I'm thinking Mugello, potentially Le Mans, yeah, those sort of.
You've got gas moving in.
Those sorts of tracks, then that would be really good, and you know, be in front of some really big crowds, so be able to say goodbye in a better way, because quite honestly, Rossi is and will always be a legend of MotoGP, just for kind of what he's done for the sport, for how good he has been. You know, these times where he is struggling are going to do nothing to dampen what he did as a rider for a long time. You know, he's been in MotoGP for a long time, and you know, he has almost got the right to decide when he retires. Worked out pretty well, though. Got plenty of cash. Just go up here and do this bit. Excellent. A bit more. What I do hope is that I can get the load out without any issue here, because it is a slightly open. It is
Enemy UAV overhead.
And we've got
Tagging enemy vehicle.
yeah, I mean, he's dangerous because he's just going to see my smoke and okay.
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Enemy UAV
We need
overhead.
recon here.
UAV entering the AO.
Right, I'm going to take the stone across now. So this is a favourite of mine. I've got a couple of wins with it. With the stoner, it absolutely beams. I'm not a sniper. If you've not seen me before, I am not a
Be
sniper.
advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Vendor marked.
Literally, probably the worst sniper in the world. He's going to that buy. The only thing with this stoner, well, I haven't got a mag on it. It takes ages.
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Got an unsuppressed gun.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
So yeah, that's kind of my take on the race. Gonna run around. Make sure there's nobody else. Okay. Well, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was Honda and KTM. The difference between them is ridiculous. I was... that's done. You know what flashes on my loadouts, ghost loadouts, I need to change them for stuns.
Gas is closing in.
Yeah, I mean... to say Honda are struggling is kind of like an understatement. Trying to listen out. It's an understatement of the century. I mean, they are properly in the doldrums. Yeah, and this is Honda. You know, they've been winning MotoGPs forever, and it's just unbelievable to think they're kind of in this position. And they're actually, if they don't get on the podium this year, they're going to lose, they're going to gain the no concessions, which is, yeah, for Honda, HRC, it's just, you know, with the history they've got, it's just mental. You just can't fathom it. So yeah, they're struggling for rear grip is what the consensus is. But I mean, how? Oh, I've got a really bad thing here. I've got a really bad thing. Jeez Louise.
Supply choppers inbound. Rare cargo is on board.
I'm gonna have to run this. This is so dangerous, it's untrue. Here we go. Run for your lives. Probably the safest way to go over here. Because at least you've got a couple of sort of stops where you can use cover. Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
To have a Honda that has no rear grip and can really only go very fast. And stop very well. It's a bit crazy. Jeez. How did he know I was there?
Return to base for debrief.
Perfect. Right, we'll try and do a quick one now. Because I've only got 20 minutes. I was expecting that stoner to absolutely beam in there. But no, didn't really work. Again, and do you know, Honda, I think, did make a few mistakes. Paul Espargaro came in and I think he was moaning quite quickly that each Honda rider had a different spec that they were kind of riding, and of course that means that you get the riders going, oh well, this is good at this is good at that, another one, this is good at this is good at that, and the engineers then have to piece that together. And yeah, it sounds really good to have loads of feedback on everything. No, it's not, because you need to have the same things and change one thing at a time, so that you're going through things methodically, understanding where the weaknesses and strengths are for each of the riders and the chassis, and then moving forward with everybody kind of on the same wavelength. So yeah, it's not crazy that they've kind of fell behind. They've lost others. Had Mark there for a year. He probably would have been able to give them a lot of more feedback. I mean, really, Taka Nakagami has been in and on that Honda for any more than a year, really. Alex Marquez has been in the factory team. So he was there a year, but not really experienced, coming from Moto 2. There's a difference between a development rider and a really good, really fast rider, and they needed a development rider, and they didn't have one. Cal Crutchlow last year didn't, they had the physical fitness to be able to kind of do a good job on that. Don't really know. I think Honda sort of liked Cal a lot from that point of view, but he didn't have the fitness to kind of do the miles on the bike. And yeah, they're really struggling. They're just unbelievable. But Honda can be there. It's just beggars belief, really. That's kind of how far they've fallen, and shows you the competitiveness of MotoGP. And KTM, and I kind of Honda and KTM I wanted to kind of bring together in a bit of a discussion point, because KTM have been able to create a new frame since the start of the season because they couldn't use the asymmetric tyre. That's basically what it is. And they've been able to create that in that short amount of time. And KTM haven't got, they're not the size of Honda. They've got a long tradition of racing, but they're not Honda. They haven't got that kind of resource to put all of it. And, my theory here is, and I think a few of the commentators and technical journos have kind of said very similar things. So I'm not the person, not the person to say this absolutely. But the benefit of having sorry, jeez. The benefit of having a trellis frame is that it's a lot easier to manufacture, and therefore they can make those sort of changes. Now, they've kind of added a sort of sideways flex in by all accounts into their new chassis, and it's obviously worked. Now, I did last week after Mugello round say, I was just a little bit cautious, because when you have a look at the Mugello races, etc., it'd be easy to say, well, they fixed the issue, and I just wanted to be a little bit more cautious and kind of say, it's one of those you could quite easily have found something at Mugello for them to go to a different racetrack and for it not to work, for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And therefore I was a little bit cautious and sort of was thinking, give it a little bit of, a couple of rounds to see if they have absolutely cracked it. They were pretty confident they had. Let's take that. Let's run around them. Not as quick, but it does hit very hard. And then they came to Catalunya, and pretty much from the off, they were fast, they were competitive, they looked like they had found something. Let me in. So, and let's face it, the race has kind of confirmed that. Certainly Oliveira feels very confident. Brad maybe not so much.
You're losing ground.
I was trying to shut down. Okay, I can't see anything. I will take a guess. That was the person who shot in. And they were getting a bit of a beating up because of it. Which is all good from my point of view. So yeah, they've obviously made a step up. They obviously had the new petrol as well, which, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just amazed at what a difference a bit of petrol. Well, I'm going to try and gatekeep this guy here. I think he's run up from here, so he'll feel pretty safe running back straight to this point. Right, okay. Fair play. Wow. After my win, I don't seem to be doing as well. So yeah, that's really impressive. Really impressive from a KTM point of view.
But if you lose, you're done.
Whoa,
Time
lag.
to earn your freedom, soldier.
I was lucky there. and really happy for KTM as well. They're a good factory.
More than it's marked.
Really good factory. Obviously got a lot of racing pedigree. Really taking this oh god.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'll put that down. Let's come down there, that's fine. Happy for that. kind of an empty space here for the airport.
Friendly loadout drop on the way. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Now I'm assuming he was in a control tower there. Can't see anything. Looking. Okay. Well, I have got my loadout cache now. Good. Will this guy come back, do you think? Will he come back? Considering his loadout's there and his loadout guns. Pretty sure he will.
Gas is moving.
But I'll use it. I've got to use a sight on the MP5 as well because I just don't get on with the irons, which is a real shame. Although I have got the irons on one of the others, which did seem to rip. But you know, I like it to be different. Well, I'm not going to stay around here for too much longer. Ideally.
Enemy UAV overhead.
He's running. It's a very strange one, that one.
Jailbreak. All prisoners are being released from the gulag. Get ready. Jailbreak is active. Watch the skies.
Oh, get out.
Learn from the loss. Failure's a proper teacher.
Been looking for you.
Well, that was that was that. Well, I'll just jump into a plunder just to see if we can do the ISO. So yeah, the KTM brilliant. I think they've done a superb job. And Honda, they need to reassess kind of what they're doing and really understand kind of how they can make that bike work for everybody else, but also, have a better balance between front end strengths and rear grip. And that has come, I think, from Michelin tyres being slightly different this year, and they've been able to make the rear better. And so actually, the more complete packages that were strong on the rear, it's benefited them for sure. And yeah, just to kind of end the stream really, so we've got about 6 minutes. So I like to do a 3 up and 3 down, as kind of people tend to do. So 3 ups, obviously first Oliveira and KTM. Absolutely bang on the money. They've done a fantastic job. It was no fluke today. Caruaro didn't have that speed that everybody expected him to have. And yeah, they look like they've made a step, certainly, which is brilliant news. It's another manufacturer at the front, so now we've got Yamaha, Ducati, KTM, Suzuki, that you'd think actually they are pretty good manufacturers who could win.
Enemy soldier incoming.
And
You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
yeah, so yeah, obviously Honda and Aprilia are doing really well as well. They look like they are very close to that point where they could win, and Honda are the only ones really that are sort of not doing much. So it's really positive to have another factory towards the front, and Oliveira is going to be wanted by pretty much every single manufacturer there is. So yeah, that's going to be brilliant for him, and he deserves it. He's come on leaps and bounds. Miller, really good performance, mature performance, really good to see, really positive. Yeah, you can't really say much more. He again did a very mature race. So yeah, you can't really say much sort of different. He was fantastic. And the third one was Mir, and again, he did really well to go from 10th to 4th initially anyway.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy dropping into the AO.
We'll get this ICO ranked up a little bit.
Extraction is standing by. Mark an LZ for pickup.
Quite quiet around there.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy dropping into the AO. overhead. Enemy soldier incoming.
What? Ghost. Oh my god. I didn't think there was many people on Ghost. And then the 3 down, Marquez, Honda. I don't think you can kind of argue against that, sadly. Come on, this is ridiculous. Just sitting in a corner. Yeah, just Marquez. I know what he wants to hear. He wants to be winning. He wants to be doing well. And he's just not got that ability at the moment to do that.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
So it is a bit of a weird one with Marquez. Just
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy soldier incoming.
wow, how did he know I was there? Okay, that's now. Rossi, yeah, again, it's a shame. It looked really positive for him. He kind of lost his way in the first 2-3 practices, and it looked like it's just going to be the same again. Ooh, nice.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
How did he know I was there? Oh, God's sake, Tracker. I hate plunder. I really hate plunder. It's just horrible. But I can leave early and not kind of be worried about it.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
He's not got 2 in there, surely. Oh my, what are you doing? Oh dear. So yeah, he just looked devoid of any confidence. Is all you could say, really. Even when he binned it, it didn't really sort of look like he was too bothered. And that's the first time I could probably say that of Rossi.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead.
And then the last one.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV overhead.
Just don't know where these are. I'll leave that. Not doing particularly well. And the last one is, it's a bit of a controversial one, Bagnaia. He just, again, wasn't at the races. He wasn't on the same level as Jack. And that's who he's going to be, that's who he's going to be looking at. So I think that's why I'm putting him as a down, really. He didn't look kind of on it from pretty much the first free practice, and yeah, he just looked a bit all over the place, really. And if he does want to be, I mean, it's still a bit early for him to be thinking about a championship challenge, in my opinion, just because of his age. It's the first time he's kind of been in a factory team, but he's a really good rider, and it was just really disappointing, I think, from that point of view, where he was. So yeah, hopefully good things are to come. Obviously, the next race is Saxon-Ring, and I think it's in 2 weeks. So I think there's a week break. So next week we'll be talking about a few other different things that have come out of this weekend. Maybe have a look at the sort of technical side and on why Honda are really struggling, and anything else MotoGP related. So I hope you've enjoyed it today. It's been fun. Got a win on stream for the second time, so that's 2 out of 4, which is not a bad going considering my skill level on Warzone. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Come back every week on at 7:30 till 9 on a Sunday to talk MotoGP. It'd be great to have a bit more discussion, a few questions, and I can hopefully sort of answer to the best of my ability. But no, hopefully, see you soon.